evening, YouTube. This is Man Low George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it's the last week of February. Time is going by. Seems like we just started 2026. We're almost into the second month of the new year. It's not going to be new much longer. Once you get into that, once you get halfway over, it's just boom. It's just like time flies. So, folks, as you know, I'm always interested in these ladies in the sport of bodybuilding, their story, their path, what they got them started into. I've followed a certain gentleman, and I interviewed him. He is the wellness king of coaching, and that is one Mr. Robert Phil, and he's one of his clients right here. And she just competed this past December. This is Unka Jansen, and Unka is from Curacao, which is in the Caribbean. It's a country that's been around. It's a little bit, some ways, in between the Gulf of Mexico, a little bit ways roundabout. Where would be at if we were like trying to get the Curacao?
Okay, Curacao. Good evening, everyone. Curacao is very close to the coast of Venezuela. So we close to the South America. We are the neighbor and sister of Aruba because a lot of people know Aruba as well.
Yeah.
And also we are the sister of Bonaire. And we have our three sisters up the islands, which is Saint Martin, Saint Eustatius, and Saba. So
That's a lot of sisters. No brothers?
No brothers. So our six, we are actually under Holland, under the Netherlands. However, in 2010, Curacao and Saint Martin decided to part ways from Holland, and everybody decide, okay, I want to be, on my own to a certain extent. Aruba did that before, but Bonaire, Saba, and Saint Eustatius decided to be still under mommy, still on under the Netherlands.
They don't want to leave mama and daddy, so that's
No.
that's I know. I lived with my mama till she passed.
Okay.
I never really been on my loan, but right now I'm kind of alone.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk to Unka about what got her
Mhm.
started, where her plans are, and just what really got someone like yourself from a country that's we don't figure you find a lot of bodybuilders there, but we're going to talk to her about that and see what's her plans for this year, 2026. So I'd like to thank you for your time, ma'am. And this is a question I ask you: what got you started in this sport, as I call it, muscle and masculinity? Please share.
Okay. Well, actually, it's a long story. It's a whole process because I always had like physical activity when I was younger. The only thing was that I didn't have the opportunity because my mom, she was a nurse, and for her, if she cannot carry me for practice, I can go. So I was limited. I was very much interested at first in gymnastics. I wanted to do it so bad, so bad. And my mom was like, "No, I can't carry you, so you cannot go." So I was limited. But then I love basketball. I used to play basketball with the boys in school. Me and another girl, we were that good that the teacher used to leave us play with boys. And then my mom got sick, and then everything changed. I was quite young. I was 15, 16 when that happened, and I put aside everything, forget about myself. But bodybuilding called me back years after, and I started by going gym on, off. And then I look in the books, I see how nice these people looking, and I'm like, I want to look like this. But somehow I thought I would never be able to look like that. And a day I met my former coach, and he was like, "Yeah, you should start gym." And I have all this in the book because of me starting gym 3 months and then I fall out again. And I was scared I would do the same thing. So eventually I still started. And then a day he told me, "You will be on stage." I was like, "Not me. I am not going on stage. Absolutely not me in a bikini. No, no." And he was like, "Yes, you're going." And that's how the story started. And when I started, I love it and I couldn't stop until now. And my plans for 2026. Oh, sorry. You
Go
was going
ahead.
to
Go
say
ahead.
something?
No, no, no. I was just going. I was
I
like,
would love, yeah, and when I started to compete, I compete just to compete. Had absolutely no idea what was it all about. And little by little, I get to learn more. And then I was like, I think it was last year, the year before, I was like, you know what? I think I should compete. I would like to get my pro card. Then I started to think about that. And this year, I'm still on the same track. My goal is to get that pro card.
that's a good goal. I think a lot
So,
of ways to get into
yeah.
sport have different reasons and how they started. Like
Yes.
I could feel you think about the mother thing because I was a lot older than my mother. Like it was like
Uh-huh.
about I would say about 12 years ago. My mother
Mm-hmm.
got sick,
Mm-hmm.
and and I was taking care of her, and I put
Mm-hmm.
myself to the side because I
Yeah.
was taking care of her,
Yeah.
and then when she was passed, then I
Mm-hmm.
said, you know what, I got nothing else. But doing this content is something that gives me pleasure. I enjoy talking to you ladies, and also
Mm-hmm.
when I was taking care of her, it helped with her stuff because as you know, being you were young then, you were a child and
Yes.
taking care
Yes.
of an adult, and I was an adult taking care of an adult,
Yeah.
and the mindset is different because you don't get to enjoy your life as a child.
Yes.
Now you try to
Yes.
make up for it now.
Yes, I do. Yes. Actually, you can say yes because it's like you were cut from it and somehow you get into it and it's completely different than what you thought it would have been. So it's something really amazing. And I know in through it, I am motivating others. And I remember when was going to start, I told my coach then that, what I want to do is I'm not going to tell anybody I'm in bodybuilding. I want them to see it. I want to motivate, I want to inspire. And I am doing that, you know, somehow, yes, motivating and inspiring others
And that's
by being
good.
myself. Yes,
That's good because you know
yes,
what, you got to be yourself. You have to,
yes.
because we get into sport, there's a lot to it that people don't understand, especially for those people from the outside who look at it because it's a
Hmm.
extreme sport of building muscle, of dieting, of
Yes,
training, and
yes,
also there's always that issue where people talk about the use of performance enhancers, be it PEDs, be it
yes.
steroids.
Hmm.
But again, this is what a friend told me. He told me like this: people can take the same thing I'm taking, but if they don't follow the same diet, the same consistency, and the same discipline, you're not going
Yes,
to look like what I look like.
yes, that's true. You cannot look like somebody else in this sport. Everybody is different. And at the end of the day, I know some people might not agree with me. I still believe it is a genetic sport. At
Mhm.
the end of the day, yes, discipline can beat genetics, but either you have it or you don't have it. You can use a lot of steroids and still will not look like somebody else who genetically blessed. So I saw it and I keep saying, boy, at the end of the day, this is a genetic sport.
Yeah.
It really is a genetic sport. But some people
And
will not agree, but I see it.
one
Yeah.
thing, everybody's gonna have the different thoughts of it. I've seen some ladies who just all got to do is like pick a weight, boom, 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 everything
Yeah.
pop. And I see the
Yeah.
others had to put in the time and hard work to get to that level. Like
Yes.
that experience, like you talk about being on stage first time, being nervous, being on a bikini. What was that like
Mhm.
for you? When you're that first time on stage.
It was scary. It was really scary. But because you love it so much, I remember the first time my throat was so dry because I was so nervous. But afterwards, it becomes really natural. You just have to be natural, just be yourself. And I remember when I was a little younger, I had loved to do these miss, being in these pageants because it is a muscle pageant. And I did carnival actually in those days. I did in school carnival, and I won. I love those kind of things, modeling, but never went all the way into it because of the limitations, because my mom didn't want to carry me and so forth. But I'm glad I can do that. I can do that now.
Yeah, you're grown now.
Yeah.
You can do what you want.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And now, was wellness a division you decided to choose, or you feel like you want to do another division first? Because I know some ladies, when they get to it, they say, "Let me do this division first, and then let's see how I do." So, was wellness your first choice?
Yes, wellness was my first choice. Before they didn't have wellness, so it was actually I was training to go figure, but somehow I had loved the way wellness was more than figure. I mean, now I see figure change, and the ladies trying to bring a little bit more sass to it. But before, figure was really blunt, just one, two, three, four, and that's it. But wellness, I find, represent me more. And at that time, my coach was telling me I could either go figure or wellness because I have the shape for it. But he think wellness is something that is more me, and I myself found that's how I did
Mm,
wellness.
yeah, I think with
Yeah.
wellness because the women a little bit more genetically a little bit more like I would say it's how it's based like this. Wellness is for good for division who have those strong Afro aesthetics, the bigger hips,
Yes.
wider, bigger
Yes.
quads.
Yes.
Figures for women who are a little bit more taller, who have
Yes.
broader shoulders,
Yes.
and if is as I've been doing this for a good while, I see how the
Hmm.
divisions have evolved. Like when wellness first came out,
Yes.
it was like bikini girls with bigger butts. That's how I saw it.
Yes. Yes.
And figure it was like if you can go back to it like a throwback to when women bodybuilding first started. They had good
Yes.
muscle detail, but they didn't wear high heels.
Yes.
And is there like as you follow this sport, is there a competitor that you really pay attention to and you admire is their physique?
In wellness,
Yeah.
so many of them. One of them is Francielle. I really admire her. Also, there is a Jose Vieira. I think she's a Brazilian. She just I think she won. She now qualified to go to the Olympia because she did two back. I just love her. Um, she's going right now to the Arnold. I have to see what is her name. I think it's Jose. Let me see. Let me see if I remember her name and say it correctly. But she is a Brazilian. I admire her so much. There's something about her that really speaks to me. Like I feel like that's me when I look at her. But I have to just find the correct name of her before I say her name wrong. But let me see what's her name.
Give it for a moment, folks. So,
Yes, because I want to call her the correct name. Let me see. I need to find her name. Oh my God.
well, we can find it later because,
Mhm.
like I said, it's just about you.
Yes,
She's not that important.
yes,
Yeah, I don't.
yes,
So this is about
yeah,
you. But
yes.
yeah, yeah. But me as a
Hmm.
content maker, I really enjoy. Like I said, I mostly when I was coming up, I was more of a fan of women's bodybuilding. I grew up with the men's because I like the guys like Arnold
Hmm.
Schwarzenegger, Lee
Hmm.
Haney,
Hmm.
guys like Lou Ferrigno and them. And then the women was just something different because I was getting to my teenage years, my
Yes,
pubescent years, and people
yes,
like Linda Murray. Today's her birthday.
yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah, 63 years old. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Corey Everson, so many people like one lady who I'm a big fan of, and you
Hmm.
got to meet her, and that
Hmm.
is the current Miss Olympia champ. That's Andrea Shaw.
Oh, yes.
I just I think she's so beautiful. She's amazing.
Yes, she is beautiful.
I
She
hear so
is
many.
amazing.
Yeah, I hear so many people talk about how well Don Surf. You have to ladies to know her. I want to share this real quick. And this
Hmm.
is something this is my most one of my most precious possessions. A friend of mine, her name is
Hmm.
Eunice. Eunice runs her own
Hmm.
company called Bad Rap. They do some they also sponsor shows and sponsor competitors and also
Okay.
they sell product. And she
Okay.
got me this for me. It's an issue
Oh,
of
wow.
muscle development. It's
This
the
is beautiful.
it's her on the cover. And she's one of
Wow.
two women. Her and Linda are the only two women that's a woman of color who's been on the cover of this magazine solo.
Wow. Wow.
And this what makes it so special was Eunice ran into her at the Olympia back in 2023, and they were, she was there to hang out, and she saw her, and she did this favor. She said to me right a little bit after my birthday, where she autographed this,
Oh, wow. Nice.
and this is my most precious possession. I love it
I
because
can't imagine.
yeah, that's the thing about this sport. It's just so many different people and so many different, like
Yes.
it's like the sport is very it's not as worldwide compared to other sports.
Hmm.
It's very a niche sport,
Yes.
but it's kind of, I've interviewed ladies from Australia, Singapore,
Hmm.
the not the Middle East, the Central Europe, Great
Hmm.
Britain, and Silcow. I've interviewed some ladies from the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like that? What really attracts you to sports? Just the overall aesthetics of it, or just the training? What you really attracts you about bodybuilding?
I find bodybuilding, it really helps you mentally. And I find if you can do that sport, it helps you in every area of your life as well. Because you really got to be mentally strong to do this sport. It's not easy. You find people, especially, can be very, very negative. I don't know if people are negative in other sports as well, like as negative as they are in bodybuilding. But when I started, the amount of negativity that came my way, if I had followed it, I would have definitely dropped out already. Okay. People will tell you, oh, you get too small, oh, you look like a man, oh, don't lift too much of weight. That's enough already. You look good already. You're still training, you're still eating that diet, but look, you're looking good. They have absolutely no idea what it's all about. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
thing.
And that's always the thing when, like, people. I have people watching this, and guys, this is a beautiful lady. I don't know who is telling her she looks like a man. I don't.
Yeah.
What? Explain to me.
Yes.
Explain to me. I don't see nothing. I'm a man. I'm a man. She's a lady. And I
Yeah.
don't get that. I know if you
Yes.
like this, if you're not comfortable with the idea of women with muscle, here's the best friend. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what you like. You'll focus on that, but don't waste your
Yeah.
time and energy and focus on somebody else because they're
Yes.
doing something different. And if it makes you,
Yes.
I think I know I talk to some ladies. And sometimes especially with men, it makes you feel uncomfortable because they feel like it's not natural for women to have muscle, but y'all have
Yes.
muscles. It's different levels.
Yes.
Like men, we like when I was younger, I played American football here in
Mm-hmm.
high school. I lift weights. I was built different because I was, because of my genetics as a man. As a
Yes.
woman, you can lift weights and train, but you're not going to be the same as a man. There's never going to be a
Yes.
comparison. Men and women are
No.
different.
Different, yes. But
Yeah.
the only thing I still struggle with a little bit, like if you, especially when I'm prepping, your body is a little different, your shoulders pop in a little bit more, and everywhere I go, you hear like, oh my God, don't hit me. Oh my God, you go, that does, oh, that really, I still
Who,
can
who,
get over that one.
who,
It still bothers me.
I like this. Who wants,
Yeah,
hey,
I hear that a lot.
I don't get why you think she's going to hit you. It's not like you're like Mike
Yes.
Tyson. You're going to go in and you're like, I just want to fight. And you feel like you want to fight. Let's go. I want to bust your head open.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing a sport where you are. There's a difference between fighting and being a bodybuilder. Most of y'all are
Yes.
not fighters. I've interviewed some ladies who have done fighting back in the past. They were
Yeah, no, I never.
kickboxing, boxing.
Yeah,
That's not something you
never.
want to do, but not all.
Yeah.
Not it's just like I think it's the intimidation factor goes back to it. Where they
Yes.
see what you have all these muscles, and your inner divisions are not as much compared to women's
Yeah.
bodybuilding, physique, or figure.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
still a bit feminine because you got to wear high
Yeah.
heels. You get to wear
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
princess on the stage, and stick your butt out.
Yes. Yes. But you still find these snobby comments on a daily basis. I get them.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense to me. So, folks, what we're gonna do right here, we got Unka on her right here, right now. We're gonna do this. We're gonna jump to social media for a little bit. If you want to follow
Hmm.
her links in the description of this live stream. If you're interested in supporting her and reach out and share your interest, good. If you are somebody who has an issue with her, mind your
Yeah.
business. Leave her alone. Don't say nothing. Go over here. Don't again. I guess, folks, harassment is not nice. If you
Yeah.
don't have nothing to say, don't say nothing at all. So we're gonna
Hmm.
again. We're gonna jump into social media. Be kind. Reach out and share your interest and support. And
Hmm.
here she is. We jump into her social media for a bit. And this is her at the gas station. Hey, yeah. I mean, I don't mind pumping your gas. It's a, I, ma'am, you have nice shape. I mean, So the last show you competed was in December. What was that show? What was your placing?
Okay. That was in Netherlands. I came out last. It was yeah, the competitors were really tough. Even though I looked well, for me that was my best look ever. I was never so dry that, and now my coach, my new coach, just keep telling me, you gotta be sharper. We got to work on getting you sharper. So that is what we're working on. And my weak area is my glutes, basically. I need to get it down more sharper.
You want better connection with the tie-ins, and also you want a
Yes,
more roundness to it, and
yes,
you want more, like you want a more aesthetically pleasing look, especially when the judges,
yes,
because you know
yes,
they
yeah,
really they get the feedback, and
yes,
they want you to make the improvements during the
yes,
season.
yes. That is what I have to do. The tie-in and working on the glutes. So it's very challenging for me um, because of the fact that I have a lot of glutes. And yeah, Caribbean women, especially Christine, it's in my genetics. And I notice women who don't have much glutes or much fat on the glutes, they get a tie in much faster and more sharper than how the judges want to see it. So those are the development in the wellness category, because before I think it was still a little different. It wasn't with a tie in. It was just you gotta have round glutes. I believe if I did it then when it just started, I would have won. But with how it developed now, I need to work very hard on that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
see, yeah, see, you have this is a process, when it comes to training. This is
Yeah.
from the 2022 Amateur Olympia. This is a show you did it in the Bahamas.
Yes.
And it's like I said again, it's about finding the right um, aesthetics, bringing
Yes.
in good conditioning,
Yes.
overall size and definition.
Yes.
There's
Hmm.
there's so many things involved with it. I think it takes time because you only been doing it
Yes.
for how long have you been competing now?
Since 2021.
So a little, just almost 5 years.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
there's some ladies who have competed a lot longer and still
Yes.
need to make those improvements because
Yes.
especially when you're a much older competitor,
Yes.
it takes a lot more time compared to if you're like
Yes.
somebody much younger.
Yes. Yes. That's correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you met Robert Field. When did you meet Robert, and how long y'all been together now?
Okay, I met Robert for the first time in after I did Olympia, Las Vegas, and we started to talk, but I didn't make no decision until last year, September. We started, but we did the show exactly that we did together fully was the one I went in December. So we just met. You can say just start to work together. And what I like is the fact that you have to be accountable. So you have to do your weekly check-in to keep, to keep up to see exactly how it's going. And I have to say, he's very happy how I'm going. I myself very happy. I never saw my physique, looking so good like how it is right now. So I'm excited, and I know there is a lot of good things coming. And he is also very confident as well that we will present a really good physique this year.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty good coach when it comes to the wellness division. He's been
Yes,
he
yes.
also had coached some women's bodybuilders. He one of his former clients I interviewed before, Tiana
Mm-hmm.
Flex.
Mm-hmm.
He's coaching Ocean Burrito right
Yes.
now.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
He also, I remember he's thinking about maybe getting some more female bodybuilders because he does love
Yes.
you wellness girls, but he wants to really extend his interest
Yes.
in other divisions.
Yes. 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 So I'm really looking forward and see how will I look this year. I'm just excited because, as I said, what I saw in December, I never saw that before. So I'm excited.
Well, you should be because you know what? This
Yes.
is this is a tough sport, especially for
Yes.
a woman.
Yes.
Because as bodybuilding is considered very more masculine.
Yes.
Because men they get more opportunities, they get,
Yes.
more recognition. Unless you're a particular division like bikini or wellness, as you know, there's a new division coming out. It's called, excuse me, fit
Uh-huh.
model.
Yes.
I have nothing against the division per se, but I
Hmm.
feel like you're just kind of rehashing. It's like bikini classic, you might want to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like any division, after a while, it's going to evolve. Like we talked earlier, how figure and how wellness has evolved over the last few years.
Hmm.
Because you were thinking about going to wellness, but then, you saw how the women are getting bigger and more,
Yes.
larger. Even
Hmm.
it's the evolution of almost every athlete.
Yes. 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 I see that. You mean in figure?
Yeah.
The figure. I was thinking of figure. Yeah. They're getting really big, and nah, I don't want to get that big though. I mean, I admire them, but not for myself. I'll stick with wellness.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do for a living? Is may I ask? Because this thing about bodybuilding is it's not a very
Yeah, it's very costly. Oh my God. Yes, it is costly. You have to really, if you don't have the money, you cannot enter bodybuilding. I am an accountant. Um, Professionally, I'm an accountant. I have my own office. I have my own practice. So yeah, I don't ask for donation. I kind of support myself in a sense of bodybuilding. So I do my own sponsorship. So I believe when I become a pro, yes, I will be asking more for donations. But for now, I'm doing it myself.
Well, it doesn't hurt to have sponsorship as an amateur too, because you know what? As
Yes,
an amateur, it costs you a lot more. You have to pay for interest
yes,
fees. You have to pay
yes,
for travel. Even as a
yes,
pro, you still have to pay because
yes,
you don't have to worry about the interest fees. But you do have to pay your travel expenses. You have to
yes,
pay for your suits right there. That's
yes.
a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
When for like I said like this, and when compared to the men, they have to wear a
Hmm.
pair of banana hammocks and board shorts.
Yes,
You
that's it.
ladies, you have to look presentable. And you're the division where you're wearing high heels. Have to have your heels, have to have your suit,
Yes.
your hair, your makeup done. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
show day,
The earrings and all these
yeah,
things. Yes.
jewelry, yeah. And then again, also the stuff like the food, your coach, your other expenses. Show
Oh
day,
my
I think,
God.
is a bigger expense for a woman than
Mm-hmm.
for a man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is because yeah, you have to pay for the makeup. I mean, you need somebody to do the makeup. You need to pay to do your hair. So if you look, a show can cost you $5,000, $6,000 for everything. I mean, that is very costly. And I think men, it won't, even though some men say it costs them a lot as well, because they have to use, especially if they use in enhancers, they have to use a lot more enhancers actually. So I think the cost is about the same thing for the men and the women. Because when I hear men, how much they say they spend is about the same thing like what I spend.
Yeah,
And
but always
mhm,
gonna be expensive show day.
yes, it is because you gotta pay for the registration. You gotta pay for the taking pictures. I mean, it's a lot of expense, a lot of hidden things that you don't know. And as you said, that it's a really a men's sport, yes, because I notice even when you go to the shows, there is a lot more people coming to see the men than there are people coming to see the women. It's strangely as it sounds, but when you look in the audience for the men, for the women, hardly anybody. For the men, it's full. There is every chair is taken. So it's yeah,
I think people like to see the big, freaky, muscular guys. Guys can
yeah,
get away, can be big, freaky, and muscular.
yes,
Women, you can't for so much.
yes,
Me personally, I
yes,
don't, I don't, I gotta say it. It may not be the
yes.
'80s, but I'm down with the ladies. I mean, if I go to show, if it's a show where it's set up where okay, I got to sit with the guy divisions before I get to see the women divisions. Okay, I can
Uh,
handle that. But if it's a show where okay, the guys on this day, women on this day. Okay, I'm coming to see the women. Then that's it. And I'm done because
yeah,
this is my challenge about giving y'all women recognition because
yes,
this is a sport where it can be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually
yes,
draining when it comes to the competitor.
yes. It is. It's very draining. Especially when you have to work and you have to deal with people, and you have your friends, you have your family. It's not easy, and you're tired, and you still have to go to gym, you still have to do fasted cardio. That's why I say it is a sport that mentally you have to be strong. And that's why another thing I want to say, I notice still there is so much a negativity with some athletes in the sport. And I find it shouldn't be, because it's a sport that really teach you about life. If you look at it, it teaches you about life. But yeah, I guess we humans are not perfect, but sometimes it's a bit disappointing.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
like I was talking earlier with some friends, like there's a situation going on in the IFB between two champions, a former champion, a current champion in WPD, and then
Yeah.
also competition, like anything. We have two people in the same sport and they may not like each other too much. Here's the thing is, I don't have to like you, but at least we respect each other because
Yeah.
we're the same thing
Yeah.
together.
Yes.
And also unity can help because you know what? You never know because ladies tell me how sometimes they backstage and things happen and then one lady told me one
Hmm.
time she had a suit strap broke on her. A lady lent her a suit. One lady said she
Mm.
forgot her shoes. A lady was happy in the shoes. It's
Yeah.
even though this is a competitor, you can at least have respect because you know what you pretty
Yes.
much doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But as I said, there is a lot of negativity between athletes as well, or people just negative, and you wonder like, how can they be in this sport and still be negative? Because I didn't do other sports like I'm doing this now, but I could have learned that this sport is a mental sport, and it teaches you endure that you can apply into your private life, how to endure, how to have strategies, so how to be positive, because if you're not positive, you can't compete, you can't go and win, because if your mind is negative, when you go on stage, it will show. It teaches you to not to be afraid, how to really be confident. So that's why I have an issue when I see athletes having problems and be negative to others, or not only to athletes but to somebody else outside of the sport. It just don't it just difficult for me to understand, because to me they can't go hand in hand. So I don't know.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
people they have their ways, their behaviors.
Yeah.
I know like I just like I said again, from my standpoint, I think there should be understanding and
Mm-hmm.
also support is good. It's important to have
Yeah.
support, within the sport, outside of the sport, as you talk about family and friends, like your family, what they think
Mm-hmm.
about you doing this. So like you have any brothers, sisters, anybody like that? Or
Yeah, they love it. They are supporting me. That's the most important thing. I mean, at first, it was kind of weird. Like, why do you do that? Why you getting so big? Oh, your hands this is bigger than mine, and those kind of things. But no, yeah, I hear that all the time. Not only, but also, from people. If that's what I tell you, when I go out, it's like, oh my God, your hands bigger than mine. I'm a man, and look at your hands, and oh my God, yeah.
what kind of man saying that? I mean, what you must be a tiny man. You must be like itsy bitsy. You must be like See, I got these hands. I mean,
Oh
my
my
hands are bigger
God.
than yours. You know,
Yes, yes.
and it just
I I
I,
I went. I remember the last time was a guy will say, "Oh my God, look at your hands. Look at mine, so small, and you're so big. Oh my God, I'm scared that you will hit me." Those kind of stupidness. Yeah.
he must be like a little whippy man. I mean, like I said, I'm a country boy. I'm a big country boy man.
Yeah.
My family, we I mean, I think that's the thing. Again, it goes back to people seeing something that's out of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
especially seeing a woman doing something that's very extreme. Like women
Yeah.
have been doing sports for a good while, but I do content also on women mixed martial arts and MMA. And they fighting,
Hmm.
and and that's a very extreme sport. And some people don't like the idea of seeing women fighting
Yeah.
and it's just about you're an athlete and this is your sport and it's
Hmm.
something that that inspires you because you like to
Yes.
train, you like the diet, and you like that.
Yes.
Like, what's your training like during the week?
Okay. During the week, I have actually 4 days of training only. I have 2 days of quads and quads and calves. and then I have 2 days of glutes and hamstrings,
Hmm.
and then I have 3 days rest. So that is it. So Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday rest, and then Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday
Yeah.
rest.
And not too much upper body because you don't want your girls to be too well
No,
defined.
no more upper at all. I cannot do upper because when I dry, it gets already to like hey, So my coach decided that I am not going to be touching my upper at all. He said indirect, you're touching it by lifting the weight and putting it on here and there, but no upper.
That's the thing. I think
Yeah.
that every different division has their different process. When you
Yes.
look
Yes.
at like division like bikini, sometimes girls do a little more cardio. Wellness, you
Yes.
do more leg day. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
even with figure and physique and women's bodybuilding, they do pretty much a lot more overall because they want to bring those steps, but they have to change
Yes.
the weight they use, how much they lift,
Yes.
their reps, you know.
Yes.
And that's the thing is that it's about figuring the right combination. And again, you say you feel
Yes.
like you have to work on your glutes. That's the most important part of that.
Yes. For me,
Which
yes.
is like, leg day is a solid form for wellness.
Yes.
What is your favorite exercise? You feel like it's the one you really like the most.
Mm, hmm. It's difficult to choose because I like all. I will say I like leg extension. I like to do that one. A lot of leg extension. I also like squatting. And I'll also like I will say leg curls. Also lion leg curls. Those are my three exercises that I really love.
Which one's the one you
Yes.
say, damn, I don't want to do this shit today?
Um I will say hip thrust. Ah, that we
You just
don't
like
have a very good.
you just like thrusting the hips and like you don't want to dislocate a hip.
Yeah, I will say that that's a really love hate relationship. I don't like
Yeah.
that
That
one.
thing is, when you get in sport, you have to love being uncomfortable and then find
Yes.
comfort with being uncomfortable
Yes.
because it can be very stressful. Especially, women and men would build different. It's like this is how I
Yes.
say it like this. It's from my movie Conan. Men are built to be like this. We are here to crush your enemies, send dreams for you, in the lamentation of
Yeah.
the women. You
Yeah.
women are our caretakers. You are the mother of our children. You take care of our
Yes.
homes. You're supposed to be
Yes.
soft and feminine, but then
Yes.
you ladies can get ripped and hard,
Yes.
like
Yes.
But
Yes.
it's a certain different way compared to a man. Like a guy, I think for
Yes.
me, I'm a fan of it. I think something about your ladies are beautiful. I mean, it's just
Yes.
awestrucking. I mean, it's just I have to admit my crime. I am a muscle
Yeah.
and small. I think your ladies just lovely. I just can't help myself. But through this content, I got to learn, with conversations with many of you ladies, the different
Yes.
things about the evens and flows, what really
Mhm.
inspires you. Like, I know there's days where you get up in the morning and that's one thing, discipline comes in, that you have to push
Yes.
yourself to go to the gym. You could be like, most of the
Yeah.
people get up and say, I don't want to, I'm not going, I'm going
Yes.
to be in the bed.
Yes. Yes. You do feel, I mean, that's the reality. They say consistency, people speak about it, and but they don't tell the truth. They're not saying how it is. And I like women that, especially in the sport, that tell you exactly how it is. There are days you don't want to do it. And the days that really you follow, you're not doing it. I don't feel like going gym today and you don't go. But some people will make it look like, oh, they're so perfect. No, there are days you don't feel like going, but then you have to go. What inspires me a lot is sometimes when I look at other athletes and they are what I want to become. And when I look at them, I get excited. Like, yes, I go in gym. I need to work on that. Yes, I will get a. So that is basically what inspired me, and also remembering my goal. I want to become a pro, so I gotta do the work.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know quite a
So
few
that is
ladies. It took them a long time for them to get their pro card. Some, if they're lucky enough, can
yes.
get it. I interviewed a young lady a while back who just turned pro, and she was competing for a good while, but she took a break. She sat back, and maybe
Hmm.
just came back, and she finally got a pro card. I know
Yes.
some young ladies some women who just they compete for a long time, and then finally it happened, because sometimes
Yes.
it's about the right circumstances, the right training,
Yes. Yes.
and also a more important thing is that people don't think about it is dieting, because that's what you're eating. Like, what's that favorite thing you eat, especially when you get a chance to eat it? What's that thing that you love the most? That thing that, especially after your last competition, that thing you were itching for, because you finally got a chance.
To be honest, every time is a different thing. I don't have a special thing, but sometimes it's sweets. I'm a
What
sweet
is it?
tooth.
Me too.
Sometimes it's sweet, but sometimes I want to eat something really local. Like I love red beans, red stew beans with pigtail, and with salt beef and rice. Sometimes I want that. Sometimes I want stew pumpkin. Sometimes I want stew papaya. So it depends. Every competition, I have something that I so much want to eat. So I don't have a favorite. It's just different every time.
Everybody's got different. A lot of
Yeah,
competitors, I say they like burger, fries. They
it's
like
something
a
different.
Yeah, they like something like a cake. I know a couple of ladies they love sushi.
Yes,
That's not
yes,
been
me
me.
too. Yeah, me too. But again, it depends. Every time is a different thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the thing is, food is the process. It helps you grow.
Yes.
Sometimes you
Yes.
have to push yourself to eat, because your body's burning a lot of energy. Even though you
Yes.
eat, you're just gonna, as soon as it gets in your system, boom, because it's going
Yes.
to help you grow and help your condition. You
Yes.
have to eat clean, because you just can't
Yes.
eat everything.
No, no, no. Especially when you are in pre-competition, when you start your prep, you can't. Even though some coaches that say it's still good to leave you eat when your body really wants it, to give it to you, because it's not going to do anything. But again, it depends on everybody. And another thing as well too, I find every prep is different. Some prep are harder than others. Some prep you're eating is so hard. It's like it's tough. It's like you just struggling and struggling, and some others is going good. To me, I can say for me, um, my first competition was easier than the others that follow. The others that follow, the eating was like, oh my god, it's like I was dying. So to me, the more competition for me, then the harder the diet.
Yeah, that's the thing is, that's the
Mhm.
diet is part of the process. The
Yeah,
training is part of the process, and
yeah,
also the mental factors of it. Because bodybuilding, there's a lot of things that most people don't understand. They're like the body dysmorphia, how you look at yourself in the mirror.
hmm,
You like myself. I was
hmm,
almost 500 pounds,
hmm,
and then after my mom passed, I said, it's time for me to take care of me. And
hmm,
then I had to make some changes.
hmm,
And then it's just that your mind has to really be determined to make those changes, accept those changes. I'm not
hmm,
going to be perfect, because like again, we're not perfect. We're going to have falter, and sometimes some people will get kind of, especially after the shows, they lose all their gains, they get back to fluffy. It just
hmm,
it's a one person referred to as post show blues, because you put in that time, put in that work, that training, and
hmm,
then everything's back to normal. You're not as
hmm.
ripped and shredded, put together, and you just feel like, what purpose do I have now? And that's the thing, is that the mind can be also a thing that can hinder you from making those gains.
Yes, yes, that is true. I did have that sometimes. However, I believe in bodybuilding. You still have to have a life after. I heard, I didn't experience anyone like that, but I heard some people don't have a life. Bodybuilding is everything for them. So when they're not prepping for a show, they lost. Not me. I really I have a life besides bodybuilding. Um, I know too, it can be, as I say, mental when you look at yourself and it's like, oh my God, I don't look good. And oh my God, I need to prep again because I want to see, the cuts and everything. But you have to know it's a balance. It's one day, yes, depends on the look, depends on what you want. And then again, when you're prepping, it's a different look again. So It's really mental. That's what I said. It's a mental sports. It's more mental than it's physical. It starts mentally, and then
Yeah,
it will
because
show physically. Yeah.
you have to go. Like I say, one thing: if the mind's not willing, the body won't follow, because the
No,
mind controls
exactly.
everything.
Yes, yes. Mentally, you have to be there. And another thing you said as well, going pro, nobody can promise you that because you do not know which year is your year. You can say, oh, this is my year, and it's not your year. I see a lot of people say, yeah, road to pro, and they're doing a lot of bits and then ads, and at the end of the day, they don't get it. I believe when your time come, it's there. You just have to stay consistent, keep working. When your day come, it come. If it take 10 years, well, that was 10 years for you. If it doesn't, yeah.
Hmm.
I know people who did 20 shows before they could have get the pro card.
Yeah. Well, I think with some people,
Yeah.
especially with younger people, they want everything quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yes.
But it doesn't
Yes.
work like that. You have to be
No.
patient, and
Yes.
also you have to be also strategic. Pick the right
Yes.
show. Maybe
Yes.
work on the things that you feel like. If you feel like this show is the show that might give you a pro card, then do it. If it's
Yes.
not,
Yes.
there's always another show. Like with
Yes.
like where you have to compete in shows like worldwide shows, like
Yes.
shows in the Netherlands, or like shows like
Yes.
the Amateur Olympia, which is the
Yes.
worldwide show. There's also the Arms,
Yes.
which is a classic that's coming up in
Yes.
about 2 3 weeks from now. That's a
Yes.
worldwide show. You
Yes.
know, what do you feel like? You feel like you want more opportunities here in the States or in other countries?
Honestly, I can't give an opinion on that because so far I only competed in the States. For the first time, I did Europe last year, December. To me, I find looking at the competitors in Europe, to me, they are stronger compared to the competitors in the States because I did the States most of the time. But when I saw those girls there, honestly, at that show, I couldn't see nobody that had a weakness. Honestly, it was while in the States, you can see people that some that are just that is the first time, like that. But there, when I look around, everybody was very much on point. You could have like, wow, this is a very strong competition. It was a very strong competition.
Yeah, I've often seen that the
Yeah.
European competitors have a different level compared to American competitors.
Yes, a
Even you look at
great
divisions
difference.
like I think, well, like divisions like figure or even physique or even wellness or bikini.
Yeah.
And I think it's also I think do with the diet also because
Yes.
they here in the States we have a lot more processed food, more chemical
Yes.
stuff. While
Yes.
I think in Europe it's not as, and then I think also the gear is not as
It's
watered down. But
different.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can use a certain amount even to help you. You don't have to take a lot, but enough to help you in your process.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
we have here, shout out to my man here, Charlie Alfred says, very intelligent and attractive woman. Yeah, she is. Like as the other guy would say, and she is beautiful. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Like these guys they love to we talk to you ladies because
Yeah.
it's not and that's the thing
Yeah.
is that I think because of the different circumstances in other countries where here in the states we do have more processed foods, more
Yes.
it's not as clean compared to if you. I remember ladies I interviewed a while back. They were in Japan. They went to Japan and they were doing the Masters Olympia. And one lady she has a colostomy bag because she has some issues, and
Hmm.
she was eating some food there because the food was just so clean and just she just couldn't believe it because
Wow.
sometimes she has to have a special diet because that
Wow.
food there was very well put together. It's not a lot of
Hmm.
processed stuff in it, not a lot of
Yeah.
chemicals, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just she just felt it felt a lot more healthier.
Yes, yes. That's what I said. I noticed, as you said, when I look at the competitors, they were looking like wow. I was like wowed by them. Good thing is, when you get the feedback from the judges, they told me, hey, you have a very, very nice muscles, beautiful muscles. The only thing is your glutes. That was my problem, my glutes. So I know what it is. It's just to work on that. But those girls there, when I saw them, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be last here. I knew it because they look so good. I mean, they're looking really, really amazing. Oh my God. They're good.
it can be
Yeah.
intimidating. You're back there on stage, and
Yes,
pretty
yes, I
much,
felt very intimidated. I did.
yeah.
I did.
Especially, you're getting tan. You both pretty much, you gotta be. I think you use spray tan,
Yes,
so you're
yes,
halfway naked. And you see somebody like, what the heck? I wish I had that. I mean,
yes, yes. When I saw them, I was like, you start feeling the insecurity coming in, creeping in, and you're trying to be confident, but it's like, no, I am not going to wait. I'm not going to even come close because hey, they got a glutes. I don't have what it takes to get that pro card at that
well,
time. Yeah,
yeah, at that time, but you never know. The
yeah,
right show, right circumstances.
yeah. I believe
Uh,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
Robert's working with you. I think he has a
Yes.
plan,
Yes.
and I think, this is the thing about the sport. It takes time, and again, I said
Yes.
earlier, you can't speed. If you go too fast, you miss something.
Yes. 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 And that's what the younger, as you said, the younger ones want it fast, but they don't know that it's a process. And what we hear a lot about it also in the sport, I think you didn't reach there, is the abuse of gears. I see it happening a lot in the sport as well. So you find they're using high dosages because they want to reach there faster, but they don't know it affects your face. It affects especially the face. And when you look at the younger competitors, you can really see it. The face turn very masculine more than they stay feminine.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the thing, is that I think we talk about that in women's bodybuilding, because you have to really, one thing is always the debate between femininity versus muscularity. Do you
Yes.
want to be as your best shape, or still have maintaining that you're looking feminine, like nice softness, nice,
Yes.
very elegant looking. But
Mm-hmm.
then some want that goal to, what, I want to be the best. So
Yes.
sometimes I have to make that choice, and someone would
Yes.
choose the, they can do things like a little filler, stuff like that, but it's not the same. You do,
No.
like, things
No.
do change, like your voice change,
Yes.
your face
Yes.
change, your jaw
Yes.
gets a little more squared. You get a little
Yes.
more harder. You
Yeah.
transform to a beautiful woman, to a handsome woman. I won't say
Yeah.
a handsome man, because you can never be a man. That's the thing is, but you can be a very handsome woman. But still, here's my shout out to my man Charles. He says, low CCs in is maintainable. Yeah, because be
Mm-hmm.
smart what you take, because that's
Mm-hmm.
again, people are always going to point about bodybuilding as the use of gear. But again, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't train, you don't diet, don't stay consistent, you can take
Mm-hmm.
all the gear you take, but you're not going to look like what you think you're going to look like.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree, and I think also it has to do again with the genetics, because I know people who take a bunch of gears, but there's still nothing is happening with them. I know people, they take gears. I don't know if they do the diet how they should, but when you look at the things that they want to achieve with their legs or their muscles, it's different shape of muscles. So that's why I say again, at the end of the day, this is a genetic sport. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, be smart. You have to really understand of it, and
Yeah.
also, this sport can be a bit selfish because they take up your time. Like, it's good to try to find something outside of
Yes.
life, because I've talked to ladies where they get so involved into it, they don't, because you have to, you're training. You have to
Yes.
be training how many times days in the week. You have to rest and recover. You have 3 days off. That's good, so you have more time. You
Yes.
can do more of
Yes.
this. But
Mm-hmm.
then that's the thing is, you need your rest. You need recovery. You
Mm-hmm.
need, some. I know lady who sometimes she goes to bed at 8 o'clock because she gets up in the morning, because she does have a family and kids, and she has to run around
Yes.
and take care of that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You have to put everything in a plan. And
Mm-hmm.
again, because you're changing your lifestyle, because you're doing things differently, your diet and
Mm-hmm.
everything
Mm-hmm.
means you can't hang out with your friends like you used to, because they might want to go to a bar. You can't drink because you're on prep. You might want to go here and eat, but you have to bring your own food, because you can't eat what's there because you're on your diet. You know, because I hear it quite often, because you have to make a sacrifice, but not sacrifices, they're investments.
Yes, they're investments. I see it too, like investment. Believe me, and then when you go away, you go on vacation, you always looking for a place that has a kitchen so that you cook your own food. And yeah, even if I'm not on prep, when I go away, I always stay in a place whereby I can cook my own food. because yeah, I'm so accustomed of it. And once I don't cook my food, I'm lost. That's one part do I have to admit. I feel completely lost. It's like, okay, what I'm going to eat today, I don't know. So that is the little disadvantage, little small disadvantage, that once you're not on prep and you want to eat something a little different because you can, you just lost. You don't know what to do. You feel lost. You can do that for 2 days. After the third day, I can't. I have to go back to my routine of eating and be, focused. And I have a schedule of how to eat. It sounds crazy, but that's how it is.
Like with some people, they
Yeah.
they eat really good during the week, but then they go wild on the weekend. So but you have to stay even on the weekend. You
Yeah.
have to stay on that same plan that you're
Yes.
doing during the week because you don't want to
Yes.
derail it. You don't want to miss
Yes.
the opportunity because you're hankering for a piece of cake or you're hankering
Yes.
for a piece of a burger or something like that. And,
Yes.
it's better to stay on that. It can be boring, but if you can make it a little, maybe add a little flavor to it, a little something like that,
Yeah.
and also does Robert does your plans too for your diets or like
Yes, yes, he does my plans for my diet and also for my training. And I
yeah,
have to say, I love the diet. I love the
yeah. And
diet.
also one part of training is posing. You have to be able to move, position yourself here because
Yes,
like when y'all have to do that really get weird, awkward kind of you know
yeah,
poses.
yes, yes. I have to post. I do that in the gym. I did. I actually, I have to say, I have to start putting like Saturdays just for me, even though it's a rest day, just to pose, just go to the gym and just do my posing. I do have a posing coach as well, but only when I am, let's say, if I know, okay, I'm going competition in the next 5 months, then she always say, okay, you know what, when it's about 3 months, we start again with you with the posing.
And
Yeah.
who's your posing coach?
Sharonica.
Sharonka Hinton.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I what?
Profit posing. Yeah.
Yes, I had the pleasure a while
Yes.
back meeting the lovely Miss
Yes.
Hinton when I
Yes.
was in Tampa.
Yes.
I think she's amazing. To me,
Very good.
I think she should be Miss Olympia physique. Honestly,
Yes.
her aesthetics is just she has a great physique.
Yes.
She's been competing for a long time. She took a break for a little bit, came back, got
Yes.
number 3 in the world. She kind of dropped off
Yes.
last year, but
Yes.
I've been trying to hoping I can get her on for an interview one of these days.
Yes. Yes. So I looking forward to see her getting that Miss Olympia one of these days. She
Yeah, maybe
deserved that.
it might happen. But also, I think is she over 40? She can do masters, but I don't think she has to do masters. Man, that's
I
up to
don't think
her.
she's 40.
She's
Maybe
not
this
even.
year.
Maybe I don't know
Maybe
because
this year.
maybe this year because she's been competing
Yeah.
for. She actually true about her. She was in the military. She was in the army, and she was stationed here.
Oh.
Yeah, she was stationed here in North Carolina, where I stayed. She was stationed in Fort Bragg a long time ago. I
Oh, I
know a
didn't
guy.
know.
I know a guy. He's a he does a content also. He also does his own magazine called Amazon Fitness Magazine. He did interviews and it has also
Oh,
pictures of her Sharonica. I remember when he did an
nice.
interview with me. I saw a picture of her with Sharonica. It was like early days when she was like a little bit smaller, but still she had a great look to her. It was
Nice.
she's beautiful. Congratulations
Yes.
on her marriage to her fiance Chris. She's pretty
Yes.
cool. She follows me on social
Yes.
media.
Okay,
And
nice.
yeah, and that's good
Mhm.
that she's working with your posing.
Yes.
You got Phil, who is your coach. I would say,
Yes.
ma'am, I think you could possibly maybe someday get your pro card.
Yes. Yes. I'm looking forward. I believe it. And all I'm saying is when the time is right, that's how I'm seeing it. When the time is right, it will come to me. That's it.
Would you get pro card? You feel like you want to take some more time off when you make your pro debut, or you want to just jump right into it when you get the opportunity?
Mm, I didn't think about it as yet, but maybe I might take off. When I say off, is more working in my like off season a little long. But again, it depends on my coach what he will say. But definitely, I definitely want to do my pro debut. I want to look really good, so it's up to my coach. Yes.
Yeah, I think
Hmm.
you want to come in. You don't want to come in like you got to think about it. This is you go when you become a pro, you got to start all over again and climb your way
Yes,
up.
it's
You
yeah,
know,
it's starting over again. It's true. I see
yeah,
it as well.
yeah.
And then for me too, I saw it when when I competed December, for me it was like a start over again, but on a different level. So to me, that's how the life is. It's always you build till there, and then you have to start back again to another level, and then another level, and to another level. So I'm looking forward
We have a
for a new
comment
level.
from got a comment from a man, Ken here. He says this. He says, she got a great team on her side. Yeah, yes,
Yes,
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
definitely. Yes,
So we're not going to hold her much too longer. She takes some
yes.
time out here,
Hmm.
and we'll be trying to set this up because she's kind of
Yes.
she's kind of nervous at first, but now she looks like she's really calm. She's showing herself. That's why I enjoy doing these interviews, with you ladies, because especially I
Yes,
always say I don't know, I want to talk about. I don't have nothing to say because you never know. You never
true.
know when there's somebody out here who's like maybe somebody in your home country who might say, you
Yeah,
know what, who might see this interview if they do, if they follow my channel, and may say, you know what,
yeah,
I know her, and you know what, now I understand why she does what she do, why she's in it.
yes, yes.
Um, you know what it is. Like I said, this sport is it's a passion sport. It's not a sport we can make a real living on it, depending if you're the lucky
No.
few in the top
Yes,
level. It's a sport
yes,
where there's a lot of time you got to invest into it, the money you got to invest into it.
yes.
For you ladies, again, it's an expense with show day, and
Mm-hmm.
also, the thrive, the drive you have to
Mm-hmm.
accomplish something that most people don't have that same drive to do.
Yes, that is true. You need to have, as you say, you have to have the drive. Um, and yeah, what else can I say about it? One, as you said, passion. You have to be passionate. If you're not passionate, and actually passionate of in anything you do, you have to be passionate. So if you're not passionate in this sport, it's not going to work. You need to be passionate. Because a lot of people tell you, "Oh, I want to do it," but it's just mouth. Because when they start and they see, they follow. I know a lot of people start and stop because you gotta keep going, and you need to know why you start from the beginning so that you can make it. And if I or when the time comes for me to get my pro card as an NPC, I believe I will be the first one from Curacao getting that, because they do have other. They have, I think, one other pro, but she got it when it was elite.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I will be, I believe I will be the first one that I know pro wellness of Curacao.
Well, like I said, that's a goal you should shoot for. I mean, that's one
Yes.
thing that's important. You have a goal.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There'll be times where you feel like, you know what, is it worth it anymore? And sometimes you say
Yeah.
to yourself, yes, I think it's worth it because this is
Yes.
something I want to do for myself.
Yes.
I know
Mm-hmm.
ladies who tell me that sometimes they do this for themselves. They have their own life,
Yes.
like if they're a mom, they're a wife, they're a business
Mm-hmm.
person, they're this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But then this is something that is for them. This is
Yes.
something this gives them a bit of a purpose and a drive
Yes. Yes.
to achieve
It's
something. And
true.
and like I said, if you don't even get your pro card, hey, you say, you know what,
Yeah.
I worked hard, I trained, I did my
Yeah.
best, and I can
Mm-hmm.
always take a step back and I can come back to it whenever I feel like I want to come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I agree. If I don't get it, that's okay. I still will continue. I still will compete. Because for me, the main thing, as I said, was to inspire and motivate people around me. Doesn't matter whether it's men or women. Once I can motivate and inspire others.
You ever
Yeah.
think about becoming a coach yourself?
Um, a lot of people ask me. It never really crossed my mind as yet. Maybe in the future, you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a few bodybuilders get into coaching, but also can do other stuff too.
Yeah.
You're accounting right now.
Yeah.
It's tax season for us in the states.
Yes.
I don't worry about that. I don't have a job, so I just
Yes. Yeah.
but yeah, that keeps you busy.
Yes.
And
Very busy.
also I'm gonna ask you this question: what would you
Mhm.
want for yourself towards your future as a bodybuilder?
For myself as a bodybuilder, future. Are you talking about career? Are you talking about getting a pro card? What
It's
exactly?
all of it.
Okay, as a future bodybuilding, definitely I would like to earn my pro cards. As I said, it was something that I saw 2 years ago, and I was like, why don't you aspire to do that? So I said yes, yes to a pro card. I would like to also compete in Olympia one day, Master Olympia, Open Olympia, one day. And future wise, I don't know whether I would like to train others in the future. But for now, that is all I can see. So far that I can see, in this sport. It just excel into it, and yeah, be known, be well known.
Yeah, it's just like I said, you
Yes.
never critique the future. But sometimes it's good to have a plan. As my
Yeah.
other half would say, is like, I don't have a plan, Uncle. I'm just a dog chasing cars. All I want to do is like get one. So you know. Oh yeah. Before I leave you, Uncle, I want to tell you something. You are
Mhm.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about him. I try to control him, but he completes me. So, folks, we're not going to
Yes.
hold her much too longer. If you're interested
Yes.
in her and want to reach out and you're interested, she's not looking for sponsors, but you know what? Sponsorship does help if you can. You know,
Yes.
not much. You know, if anything, like if you can point it out to where she get a discount if she want to go to a
Mhm.
motel or
Mhm.
maybe help by the cost of travel like that.
Mhm.
But guys, and I know you guys, many of you guys are more for the big muscular women, but you still like her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
she's kind of cute too. Guys, do
Yes.
something like, hey, yeah, I seen your last interview. Yeah, I think I want to. No, no, you sick freak. Be professional. This is what you do. Relay like this is, Mrs. Jansen. I saw you interview. You're very intelligent, very intellectual woman. We
Mhm.
are interested in maybe helping you out towards your future. I know you're
Yes.
about helping yourself, but if
Yes.
we can help you reach that goal, or maybe as a potential IFB pro, we'd like to
Mhm.
help you out. So if you feel like you're
Yes.
comfortable with the product we have for you, or something
Yes.
that might help you in your process, let us know. We
Mhm.
would like you to be maybe a future ambassador with our company. So let us know,
Yes.
ma'am, and we set everything up towards your future.
Yes, definitely. Anybody if that would like to contribute in one way or the other towards my journey, you are welcome. So I'm looking forward.
Yeah, that's most definitely. I mean, people, it doesn't take much. You know, if anything, if you can give her some advice to how
Yes.
to, she needs to, like, if she think about traveling someplace, and hey, you tell her, hey, I know a place where you can get
Mm-hmm.
a discount for your next trip.
Yes.
I know the
Mm-hmm.
good motels. I know a place you can shop. Those little things
Mm-hmm.
help. You know, because again, this
Yes.
sport is expensive.
Very
If you get
expensive.
to it,
Very
you
expensive.
got to really have a plan. You
Yeah.
can't go in here half cop. You have to
Yeah.
you have to really. This is an investment towards your future,
Yes.
especially as a
Yes. It is.
bodybuilder.
Yes. It is. It is a. As I said, but then at the other hand, you cannot look at the money. If you start looking at money, then you cannot be in bodybuilding. You just have to look at what it is you want to accomplish, and the money will come. It will come. Believe me, it will come.
Yeah.
It will come.
So
Yes.
before I let you go, you have anybody you want to, as we say in the States, give a shout out to, somebody you want to recognize and say thank you to?
Um, Let me see. In the bodybuilding world, you're talking about?
Just in your life, in your world, any just anybody you want to, just say thank you or say a shout out, as we call it here in the States, shout out.
Okay, I want to say thank you to all my friends, all my fans, my family, and also all the people that contributed in one way or the other to my process, to my evolution. And also, of course, I want to thank you to my coach, also for believing in me. And I'm just also thank you to you for do this interview, because at first I was really like, oh my god, no, I'm not sure I want to do this, but I'm glad I did it. So thanks to you as well.
Well, I appreciate that. This is
Mhm.
for my favorite movie, Batman Begins. It's this end of the movie where Jim Gordon, played by Gary Oldman, talks to Batman and says, "I need a chance to say thank you." And he turns
Mhm.
around and says, "You never have to,"
Okay.
because this is something I enjoy doing, and
Mhm.
I love to reach out. I will like someday I would love to have opportunity to have Andrea on here if I can, because
Mhm.
I just can't. I think she's so beautiful. I think she's just.
Yes.
I'm a fanboy of her. I think I just
Yes.
you know, she's
She's
she's my dream
beautiful.
girl. She's my dream girl. You know,
Yes.
I know it
She's
sounds kind of
beautiful.
stalkerish, but you know, and
Yes.
just I think everybody needs to share their story, because you know what, you can,
Mhm.
you think about it, everyday person, they look at
Mhm.
bodybuilding as like just popping pills and just lifting weights. It's just more
Yeah.
to it. There's more
Yes.
to you.
So more
Like
to
I've
it.
talked to ladies who got into sport because, like yourself, they were athletic or they were dealing
Mm-hmm.
with stuff in their life, like taking care of family members or
Mm-hmm.
going through depression or
Mm-hmm.
going through bad relationships or dealing with
Mm-hmm.
addiction with food. And they found the
Yeah.
sport that helped them with their
Yeah.
mindset and their
Yes.
body.
Yes. Yes. That's what I said. This sport is a mental sport and it helps you in every area of your life. How you look at it, it helps you in every area of your life. And that's what I like about this sport actually. It really give you meaning, and once you're passionate about it, passionate, meaning goes hand in hand, you become unstoppable
Yeah, yeah, that's the
in
thing.
your own way. Yes.
Yeah. Well, ma'am, I
Okay.
wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Again, I appreciate that. I hope everything
Thank
goes
you
well
so
for
much.
you.
Thank you so
You
much.
know, again,
Yes.
you don't never have to because why I do this,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
just
Thank you
I'm a
so
fan of you,
much.
ladies. Yeah. So she
Yes.
said, "Thank you so much, Joy." She said, I just calm down. Just the one thank you is enough. So, folks, if you want to follow her, links in the description of this live stream. If you want to
Yes.
support her, she don't ask for much, but just support in general.
Mhm.
Reach out. Don't be weird, guys. I know you guys go to the shows. You gotta understand what we see out there in the audience. We see these pump, beautiful, amazing bodies, but don't
Mhm.
understand what it took them to get there. The
Yeah.
dehydration, the hunger, the training, the days where your body feels like I can't take anymore.
Yeah.
We gotta respect that. But guys,
Mhm.
don't be that weird guy. Don't be making suggestions. She's a nice lady, and be respectful. Reach out and support. If you're someone who
Yes.
knows her in the area, and you say, "Hey," don't be like talking about you're gonna fight me. No, say, "Hey, hey, I want to say, shake your hand, ma'am. You do a good
Mhm.
work. We're proud of you.
Mhm.
You're representing our country."
Mhm. Yes.
Anyway,
All right. All the best. Have a good night. Bye,
you too.
everybody.
All right. So we say thank you to Uncle, and also shout out to my man Charles for coming through here, and also shout out to my man Ken coming through here. Everybody follows her script, her live stream. Appreciate the
Mhm.
support. Thank you again, ma'am, and all the best of luck to you in the
Take care.
future.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Anyway, folks, it's your
Bye.
man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Film
Mhm.
and Body Talk. Like, don't like, subscribe. I am out. Good night, good luck, and God bless.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.